Crim 2 Morning News on CW22, 8 o'clock midweek. Was that Adam? Adam, is that your right hand that I just saw?
He's very enthusiastic.
From Gonzaga University.
Single.
I don't know if Adam
he
wanted
likes
you
me to throw that in there. Yes,
I don't know if he wanted you to broadcast that to
he said it was fine.
Everywhere between Montana to Central Washington, down to Oregon, up to Edmonton, where we're on as well.
We have
I don't think Adam wanted that.
Hashtag date Adam. There you go. All right, we'll get to more on that and everything behind the scenes in a minute. But first, it is 8:01. I'm Laura Papetti, along with.
How have your matchmaking skills gone to
Laura.
to this date so far?
How are they?
If you gave yourself a rating, would it be a C?
Oh, a C would be giving me some.
One of the highlights from last night, Bernie Sanders bringing a little energy during the presidential debate. First time that the Democrats got together on the stage, happened in Vegas, and a lot of reaction following that from people watching what happened, rating the candidates, how did they do, Republicans watching that as well. Police in Northern California say a man took lighter fluid, doused a bunch of Halloween costumes at a Walmart, and set them on fire. And so cell phone video shows employees with fire extinguishers trying to put that out. All right, let's get back to that breaking news situation in Portland. This is a live look over Portland's Willamette River, and we can hear some of the reporters providing coverage there in Portland. A controversial Shell oil ship, this is an icebreaker, in Portland is trying to leave the port. And you see the protesters have lowered themselves from the St. John's Bridge over the Willamette River, trying to get in the way.
There's 26 of them, I believe, is what's being reported out of KGW.
I know that the Coast Guard told the kayakers in the water that they were trespassing and had to leave the area. So that's one part of the situation. What I don't know is what's going to happen to those folks on the bridge, if they will somehow be forced to try to move. But how do you deal with someone who's dangling from a rope, intentionally trying to get in the way of this icebreaker? A couple of the kayakers now off to the side of that area in Portland, and that ship obviously can control its progress down the river or stall itself until this thing plays out, and I think that's what we're seeing. It was moving earlier. We have seen it kind of in the same spot in the last 5 or 10 minutes as we've been watching this from Portland. So we've got our company station over there. Let's listen in a bit to what this reporter is saying locally.
But for now, it appears that the Fenneca has stopped moving, and they're kind of in this standoff mode at this point.
And the discomfort that Shell would cause the world by continuing to this path that they're on.
Were you able to get Portland station KGW in a very unusual live interview, talking with a woman who is hanging from the bridge there, stopping the progress of that Shell oil ship from going to the Arctic in a drilling operation. So we've got a standoff there in Portland, and as we heard from their coverage, not even sure what kind of local agency might get in to try to remove those protesters hanging from the bridge. That is something we will continue to follow as we continue on Crim 2 Morning News on CW22.
Temperatures are going to continue to climb. Looks like we're having a little bit of audio problems here. Sorry, sounding foggy on my microphone. Overnight, temperatures are going to drop, and we're going to see changes in the weather pattern here as we see precipitation coming our way.
Your mic's awful.
Try mine. Sten always comes in to save the day. Sten, come back here really quick. I just wanted to see how much taller you are. Look how much taller he is. Please stand next to me. This is kind of depressing. Well, thank you for that. I'm going to put some heels on. Okay, I'm going to switch microphone. I don't know how I'm going to switch microphones on air.
Well, let's start off with Sten right now, who is getting the very latest on the fire in your OMAC and your twist that, again, has already claimed the lives of 3 firefighters and injured others. Sten, what's going on this morning?
Well, we do have more information on that incident yesterday in just a moment. But first, we just rolled up to OMAC maybe about 15 minutes ago, Laura, and the smoke is heavy here. In fact, there's some ash coming down on us from the fires that are burning nearby. I'm going to step out of the way. You can see some of the evacuees from north of the OMAC area. And the gentleman in this white pickup truck with the ATV said that he got a call on a landline at about 6 o'clock last night to evacuate, and then also some people physically going through his neighborhood to tell people to evacuate as well. He said he thought about it for a while, first sent his wife out to make sure she was safe, and then he decided later on last night that he better get out of there as well. Says he's waiting until daylight to figure out what to do next, if he might want to go and see what his property looks like this morning. Now, there are some intense fires here. The OMAC Chronicle has been reporting throughout the night and also has some incredible pictures of some of the unfortunate losses in this area. So this is one of the more pressing fires that really picked up last night into this morning. And the OMAC Chronicle is reporting that it did indeed burn several homes, is the word they used, and still trying to confirm just how many. So that's in the OMAC area. And of course, yesterday, nearby in Twisp and Winthrop, so about 45 minutes away to the west from where we are now, we had that devastating news and are learning more about the circumstances that led up to the deaths of 3 U.S. Forest Service firefighters when that fire, another part of the county, kicked up by surprise and so intensely yesterday. So yesterday afternoon is when these deaths occurred. Officials say that the 3 firefighters were battling a wildfire near Twisp. They were part of the initial attack on that fire that was moving so quickly, and that they were involved in a vehicle wreck when officials say the fire overtook them after that wreck. We're receiving reports that one fire is in critical condition with burns, sent over to Harborview Medical Center in Seattle, where they specialize in that type of treatment. 3 other of the injured firefighters were taken to area hospitals. Firefighters are from the U.S. Forest Service, the Department of Natural Resources, and there was also someone working as a contractor for the Department of Natural Resources as well. So of the injured firefighters, 3 killed, 4 injured, one of them critically. That person, as we said, sent over to Seattle's Harborview Medical Center, and we're working with our company station over there. Jesse Knutson has more on that firefighter, man in his 20s, and what's expected with his treatment today.
The staff here at Harborview Medical Center.
Now, for those other fires where people are affected, we're talking more about Twisp and Winthrop, where we saw, unfortunately, the deaths yesterday. Brewster is the evacuation town for that fire. And let's send it to Crim 2's Francis Wang, who is in Brewster live this morning. I mean, look at what we're talking about here, Jen. So when the roots uplifted, when the storm blew these trees over, and there are 2 trees here I'll show you, just enough force to just yank out this concrete. That was no match for it. Then here we are with the roots, and now you'll start to be able to get an idea of just how big we're talking about with these trees, these pine trees. So this is number 1, and I'm going to duck under here real quick, and then you'll see number 2 as well. So they kind of fell in parallel, right smack dab on top of the building, and I'm told that that's the principal's office in there.
It's nice.
All right, Katie, showing you this next is really breaking news, but we got some llamas on the loose, and this is live, Sun City, Arizona, and CBS is saying this was.
Oh no, they're holding up traffic. Oh,
this was some sort of demonstration that went awry, and the llamas are breaking out.
llamas on the loose.
But first, would you guys care to get an update
I
on
think
Llama
this is
Watch?
the most important thing.
Llama Watch
Sun City,
2015.
Arizona, and there they are, just kind of meandering through the stopped
And then as
cars.
soon as someone comes, they book it.
We had a little fence issue, so this is live. And
Thelma and Louise,
we
what
got
are you going to do?
Some citizens trying to help,
Whoa.
and they're
See ya. Oh.
They cannot be stopped.
oh, that was just that was like a Marshawn Lynch-esque cut to the left. And beast mode continues from Sun City, Arizona after this on Crim 2 News at noon.